my final The Last of Us Season 1 episode review video, as this is the season finale. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching The Last of Us, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And my history with The Last of Us, I never played either of the games. I watched the season trailer before episodes came out, and then of course I heard a YouTuber, Cody Leach, talk about the season as he got to see the whole thing early and how awesome it was, and it was the best video game adaptation that he had seen. So that got me even more intrigued, although I was going to watch it anyway before I heard that. So that's why I'm watching and covering the show. This will be The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 9, the Season 1 finale. The title of this episode is called Look for the Light. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off with a pregnant woman running through the woods. Then she runs into a house, and she is actually followed by a clicker or somebody infected. She actually gives birth in the house, and then we see that the woman is now infected. She quickly cuts the umbilical cord so her baby doesn't get affected, or does it? And we find out that the woman is Anna, who's actually played by Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie in the Last of Us video game. And it turns out that this Anna character is actually given birth to Ellie. Marlene comes and Anna gives her the baby. Marlene won't kill Anna. And then Marlene gives Ellie to a Firefly soldier and then says, cover your ears, or cover her ears. And then she kills and shoots Ellie's mom, who she'd been friends with for quite a while. And then we go back to present time. Joel's actually found some beefaroni, good old Chef Boyardee product, as well as the game Boggle. Joe tells Ellie he thinks he should find a guitar. He asks Ellie if she wants to learn how to play. Ellie says that would be great. Ellie seems extra quiet today to Joel, but she says that she's fine. Joel gives Ellie a boost to get a ladder, and then she just drops the ladder down to Joel and runs off. Turns out that there's a giraffe outside. In fact, it's a whole giraffe family, and Ellie actually fed the giraffe. Was it everything you hoped for? Joel asks, and Ellie says it has its ups and downs. Joel says they're just going to go back to Tommy, and Ellie says they can go wherever he wants, but first they have to finish what they started. Joel and Ellie find a emergency medical camp, and Joel tells Ellie, it was me. I was the guy who shot and missed. He was ready to go after the death of his daughter to off himself, and somehow he flinched when he pulled the trigger, and that's why he has that scar there. And then Joel says after all this, he's in the mood for some shitty puns. And then somebody ambushes them, throws like something that, a grenade or whatever. It's not a grenade, but whatever the hell they are called. A concussion grenade or something like that. And they knock Joel and Ellie out. They take Ellie, and then somebody hits Joel on the back of the head with their gun. And then Joel wakes up, and it was some members of the Fireflies. And now Marlene, who we haven't seen since the first episode, is there. Marlene says Ellie is being prepped for surgery. Their doctor thinks the cordyceps has grown inside of Ellie since her birth. Cordyceps grows inside the brain. They want to remove it from Ellie, multiply it, and give it to everyone. It could be a cure, but this would unfortunately kill Ellie. I believe that's what would happen. And Joel wants them to take him to Ellie, and then he gets knocked down. Marlene gives orders to have Joel taken out to the highway, give him a knife, and shoot him if he tries anything. On the walk down the steps, Joel takes out the men that Marlene had sent to escort him to the highway. He kills both of them. One because he won't tell him where Ellie is. And then Joel kills a bunch more men going through this hospital. So Joel goes in full 007 mode and fucks a bunch of Fireflies up. I'd say at least 10, if not 4. He makes his way to the pediatric place in the hospital where Ellie is being prepped for surgery and says, unhook her. The doctor says, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop you. And then Joel shoots and kills the doctor. He's not fucking around right now. The nurses, however, do cooperate. And then Joel leaves with Ellie and doesn't harm the nurses. And then as Joel's going to the parking garage, he sees a vehicle that he can take. And then Marlene is there, and she has her gun drawn on Joel as she was waiting in that parking garage. She tells Joel it's not too late, even after what you've done. And then we see Joel in the vehicle. We don't see exactly at that moment what happens to Marlene. Joel lies to Ellie when she wakes up, and we learn Marlene was shot. And at this point in time, not sure she's actually dead. He tells Ellie there are others like you, and they've stopped looking for a cure. And then now we see that Joel did indeed kill Marlene, unless she somehow survived. She wanted him to let her go, but she'd just come after Ellie anyway, so that's why Joel killed her. And then the vehicle that they took from the parking garage, or Joel took specifically, gets them and him and Ellie to Wyoming before it breaks down, and now it's just a 5-hour hike to get to Tommy's place. Joel tells Ellie Sarah would have liked her because, well, she's funny. Ellie tells Joel about the first person she killed, Riley, and how they just kind of made a ploy to, keep going, and keep going until it's all over. And then Ellie tells Joel she wants him to swear to her that everything he said about the Fireflies is true. And he says, I swear. And then you could see that Ellie really doesn't believe him, but she has to continue on. And that's what ends the episode and the season. So season 1 of The Last of Us is in the books. As far as this episode goes, I liked it. I just wanted more from what we saw in the first couple episodes. I felt like we didn't get enough stuff with the infected. We got a little bit here and there, but I wanted more, especially for a finale. That's just my opinion. So I'm going to score the episode a 9.3 out of 10. It was good. My male character of the episode is Joel, and then the female character of the episode is going to be Marlene. They keep introducing these characters to us just to kill them off. So that's kind of annoying, but I'm sure that happens in the Last of Us game. But, other than Tommy, everybody else has been killed off except for Joel and Ellie, and it's cool. It's kind of frustrating because, you kind of start to like these characters, and then they're dead. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. Make sure you come back to this channel for Season 2 of The Last of Us. I may do a episodes ranked video, and I think I can probably do that pretty soon here, as they're kind of fresh in my head. But, don't forget to hit that like button to help out with the YouTube algorithm. That's a big thing, and I'll wait while you do that. It really does help out the channel, especially if you're a Last of Us fan. Share the video with anybody you know. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this finale of The Last of Us. What do you think of it? What would you score it? Whom would be your characters of the episode? Anything you would prefer to have happen in this episode? And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. Join the team. Show your damn support. Make sure you come back to the channel for The Last of Us Season 2. And JDev will return.